the IBO Intercontinental Welterweight Champion, 17 fights, 15 wins with only 2 losses. Has he got what it takes to climb to the top of the welterweight division? Join me as I sit down with Chris Kongo and we journey through the good, the tough, and the future that lies ahead in his career. I actually have to ask, are you from Congo?
Yes, I'm Congolese.
Really?
Congolese, yeah.
You know what
fully.
gave it away?
What? My surname?
Yeah.
Of course, of
That's
course.
actually so cool that your surname is where you're from. I'm actually Congolese too.
Okay.
I would love if Congo was in my name. I would actually be so proud of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed in it, you know what I mean?
So that's like your actual given name.
Well, my full name is Chris Bois Congo. But
Ah.
as a pro,
Yeah.
or not even from as a pro, but school, college, everyone just used to call me Congo or Congolese or whatever, you know what I mean? Just how it is. So yeah, I thought, as a pro, Chris Congo, perfect, too slick, why not?
I was about to ask that, where did the too slick come from?
The too slick come from, I boxed in Fairfield Halls in Croydon 2012, and the crowd, this was London versus Army, and the crowd, they started cheering too slick, because the guy wasn't hitting me. And then when I come out, they was asking for pictures. They were like, yeah, they should call you too slick, man. And then from then, that's it. I just kept it. Yeah, it just stuck. So that's where it come from.
I've got to say, like, you've got this, you're so like chilled, you're calm, and like you're really collected. Is that just how you are naturally, or is that how you navigate like your boxing career?
No, that's just how I am, you know. Like some people say that I talk slow. They think I smoke weed. I talk slow and I'm calm, but I'm pretty sharp. Like I'm just a calm person. Like I don't like too much noise, you know what I mean? Like just everything's just calm and mellow, you know. But when we're here in the gym, then all guns blazing, you know what I mean?
But see a different side.
More time, more time I'm just calm, and that's how it is.
So who is Chris Kongo?
He's a professional boxer, future world champion for sure. A man of the community. So do a lot of work with the community, Millwall. You know, I'm a family man too. I love my family, all my family. I never get how people say that, I don't talk to my sister, I don't talk to my brother. I would never understand that. And I don't think I don't know how I could go a day without talking to my sister or my brother or anything. I don't know how I'll do it. And in general, Chris Kongo, just a calm guy, innit? You know
so
what
let's
I mean?
go back. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. Like, what was it like growing up?
Great. I grew up rich. I had my family, you know. When I mean rich, I don't mean money. I mean mom, dad, always there. They provided. They didn't provide the best, but they provided something, which I'm happy for, you know. I had my brothers who brought me into the sport, and obviously my sister as well. So we grew up, nice family, nice childhood. Grew up in Old Kent Road, Bermondsey, and boxing is pretty much all I've done my whole life since I was 8 years old.
So you had what money couldn't buy.
Yeah, of course. So that's the best thing, and what I plan to continue in my life, and what obviously we're still in contact with my family and that. So it's a great feeling.
To see your fights?
They come to all my fights. My mom and dad are my biggest supporters.
Are they in the crowd? Like
they're in the crowd. They're ringside.
Oh, they're ringside.
But my mom, like I remember my brother one time, he said, I don't like mom coming. I'm like, why? Mom has to come. What do you mean? She moves like she's gonna have a heart attack. And I'm like, yeah, but what do you expect? It's mom, innit? Dad is all right. He's a straight Congolese man. One drink and he's calm.
Does he come in like fancy shoes and a hat?
No. They're coming all my family come in Chris Kongo attire. The whole tracksuit. I have to get them that. You know what I mean? They have to wear the whole tracksuit. My dad is one of them guys. He's a proud man. This is my son. You know what I mean? He's one of them, this tracksuit, my son. Yeah, you know what I mean? So he's that kind of guy. you know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So where did the inspiration for boxing come from? Like you mentioned just now that like it came from your brother who introduced you to the sport. So how did it happen?
They started boxing before me. So when I was like 6, 7 years old, I started off at Fisher, but Fisher was a youth club. You know, years before there was many youth clubs that you could go, you would interact with people. And I used to like the youth club because there was a swimming pool, there was table tennis, there was pool, there was football, basketball, every single activity that can keep you away from the other side. And that was my thing when I was a kid. I used to love it. And the guys in the boxing gym used to come down. They used to buy me the 10p sweets. I'll be happy. You know what I mean? They would buy me all these stuff. I'll be like, yeah, I'll be gassed. I want to go all the time. And then ended up in a boxing gym, just started skipping. I used to watch them skip and I'll skip with them. And then I'll be put the gloves on and start punching a bag. And then, yeah, when I turned 18, it was just like, all right, maybe this is the time, just go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I went for it. It's crazy. I lost my first 2 fights, but I kept going. Yeah. And then I had like an 11 win streak, 11, 12 win streak, won the Golden Gloves, won junior ABAs, all the tournaments.
You are going so far.
Yeah.
You're going way far, which is fine. It's a good thing. So it all started off like youth club. You got introduced to the youth club and then you took an interest in it. And did anyone ever see you and was like, oh, like this is something that you should do? Or like they encouraged you? Or was it that you just naturally just thought, I like this, I want to keep doing it?
It was naturally something that I liked, but also the coach, Steve Isa at the time, he always said, you'll be a champion one day. And it always stuck with me. So RIP Steve Isa, everybody knows he's a legend in the sport, especially for amateur boxing. And yeah, he brought me up. And then Sam, who's also the owner of this gym that we're in now, Churchill's Boxing Gym, actually took my career from winning my first national title to me ending my career with him. I didn't change coach once. I was always with him. I trusted him. And what I liked about Sam was his honesty. And he would tell me, that was rubbish or that was beautiful. I love it. Keep doing this. Oh, change this. And that's what made me want to continue going, because I had someone like Sam who also made it fun. So what I mean by fun is like, he knew when to switch on, and not to switch on too early and not to switch on too late. So he always knew, for example, we'll be in a changing room, but we're busting joke. Everything's normal. Yeah. We're not like switched on too early. Yeah. And when we're in a ring, now we're switched on. All right, switch on now. Cool. Go do the business. This guy ain't better than you. Go beat him, and I'll do it. So he believed in me so much, and yeah, man, I'm grateful for having people like that around me.
What was it like representing Team GB at the amateurs? And would you have liked to have gone to the Olympics to represent Team GB?
I would have loved to have gone to the Olympics. I mean, that was my ultimate dream. Once you're amateur, everybody wants to, win the nationals, which I've done 3 times. Go to all these other tournaments, which I did. I experienced that going around the world for Team GB. But the main goal was obviously to go to the Olympics, which I missed out on, which they obviously sent another member of the team there.
Was you disheartened, or did that like hurt you that you weren't able to?
I think at the time I just took it as they already, for me anyway, from looking at how everything was, they already knew who they was gonna send. So for me, it was just a thing where, all right, cool. What do I do? Do I stay on Team GB or do I take the professional route and get an advice from Sam Mullins, of course, my brother as well, my older brother Elvis? They said, listen, just turn pro. You can do it. We believe in you. Go for it, So, and that's why I took the leap of faith and done it. Yeah.
Well, look at you now. This year actually marks 8 years you being pro.
There you go. 8 years. It's crazy.
Years. Yeah. 17 fights, 15 wins. Is this how you saw your pro career going?
I saw it going better than this. I never thought I would be in this position now. I thought I would have been there earlier, but I always knew that things can happen along the way. And before I actually signed my pro contract, I knew, listen, this is going to be a journey. It's not a thing where something can happen overnight. So I have to trust the process, which I did, and I have been. And yeah, I just knew that one day I'm going to get there, and my time is still coming, and I'm still going, still grafting every day, regardless of dates, fight dates or whatnot. I'm still training.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing.
So from August 2016 to August 2020, you had a 12-0 streak. How did that feel? And was it important to you to keep like this unbeaten streak?
Yeah, because at the time there was that. How can I explain it? There was that. There was an era in boxing where losing your O was a big thing.
I still think it's
when really it's not like that anymore. But really, it's like it should be everyone fighting everyone. The best fight the best. It is where it is. If you lose,
can I
you
just go
bounce
back
back.
to what you just said when you was just like, you don't think it's like that now? What makes you think that?
Because the best are fighting the best now.
Okay.
Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Seen Canelo fighting all the guys going up different weights fighting. You know, he's an example of fighters that take losses but still come back. These are all examples. I'm waiting to see Errol Spence come back, and I think he's going to move up in weight. Yeah. So
I
it's
still
just
wanted that rematch.
No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it. I think the rematch would have been nice to see if they did go up weight to 154.
Yeah, but I just think that Crawford's IQ, he's the best in the business right now. Different level. And I believe that I don't think anyone beats him at the moment, apart from myself.
What about that Canelo fight?
Canelo, it's a tough one because he's going up in weight. But are we going to get it? We don't know. I mean, the man that's helping us out, Turk Al-Sheikh, he's the guy that everybody wants to, be in contact with. So if he can make it happen, then he makes it happen.
He has mentioned about making it happen.
Yeah, but I would rather see Canelo versus Benavidez
Yes.
than Canelo versus Crawford, because we all know what happens when people go up in weight. They get beat. Same as Canelo. He went up in weight.
Story though, right?
Yeah, it could be, but it's always been the same.
Yeah.
Everyone that goes up in weight end up getting beat.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that with Crawford.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it will be a very technical fight.
Yeah.
Very technical. I know Crawford
I think it would do so well.
Yeah, it will do 100%. Numbers wise, it will go through the roof.
Okay, let's come back to you. So the streak, you were saying that at that time it was important to keep your O.
It was. I think it was just that time in boxing, and then I think where it kind of broke was obviously the Canelo loss, and also Anthony Joshua losing to Ruiz. That was kind of where, okay, now let's see what happens from here, and yeah, I don't think people started fighting each other then, but I just think that two big stars losing to two great, obviously, athletes makes it a thing where everyone should just fight everyone now, So I think I come in at the right time where, yeah, I had my streak, but then obviously other things happen, and yeah, it's part of the game. We just got to move on.
How instrumental was it having Dylan White as your manager?
It was all right. He was all right.
Yeah.
He was just like every other manager, innit?
Yeah.
I thought we would have been in a better position, and I thought he would have done more, but he was pretty much the same as everyone else, Managers in boxing, they don't do much. They just pick up the phone and say, "Yo, we got this person here. Who you got? All right, cool. Yeah, all right. How much is it? Yeah, boom, fight done."
Yeah.
That's what managers do.
Yeah.
They're just a third party in between the promoter and the fighter. So he was all right. He's cool. I mean, he's doing his own thing now. I'm doing my own thing. So it is what it is, isn't it?
But you was able to like get some fights from it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Not as much as I wanted, but we got something from it, which is better than nothing, you know. So I can't complain. We had our time together, but obviously we parted ways, so it is what it is.
So a fight that you had on one of his undercards against Luther Clay, that was your first 10-round fight.
Yeah.
And he had done more rounds than you. What made you so certain that you would win that fight?
I just believed in my skill set. I knew I was better. I was a better all-rounded fighter. I knew that I had more experience in him in the ring, but he had more experience than me in terms of the duration of being in the ring, you know. And I just knew at the time I was trained by Jimmy McDonnell, and I knew condition-wise I'm not gonna get tired because we were doing crazy kind of the training we was doing. Everybody knows Jim McDonnell as the guy that will always keep you fit regardless, and I knew I can beat this guy. You know, I knew that this guy, he might have more experience than me, but I'm a lot smarter than him, and I'll make the smarter decisions as the rounds go on. So it was a good fight. Obviously, going into it, I was scared as hell, man. I couldn't believe it. I was scared. I was like, nah, this can't be happening now. I was doubting myself a little bit.
What made you so scared?
Because I had a long time out of the ring. There was a 16-month gap, and not that I was sure about. I knew that my fitness will take me there. Like that's not the problem, but it was just a mindset thing, just getting my mind right, knowing that I can do this, I can beat this guy. We've been watching him, we've been studying him, you know, and we've been doing the work in the gym. So it was more of a mindset thing for me, you know, and I overcome that. So that's what gave me the confidence to say, all right, now you're a 10-round championship fighter, you're going to stay there, you know.
When you are in that position where you are nervous before a fight, what do you do to kind of overcome that?
Just got to smile. You just got to smile. You got to smile through it and just know that it's all right. It's happened, you know. It's part of the game. I never. One thing I understood about boxing is never enlighten fear with being nervous, because it's a different feeling. If I'm scared, I'm not gonna go to that ring there to fight my man. If I'm scared, why am I gonna do that? If there's a dark alley, right, and obviously you've heard certain things have happened, are you gonna go through that? No, you're not gonna do that, because it's scary. If you know someone's been killed through that alley, you're not gonna walk through it. You'll take the long way. But I thought, this is a ring. I've boxed many times. There's nothing to be scared about. I might be nervous, but the nerves just keep me switched on. So I don't mind that.
You suffered your first loss against McKinston. Do you feel like you won that fight? And
No,
I asked that because of your reaction at the end of the fight. It was kind of like, it was like disappointment, but it was almost as if you wasn't expecting it.
The reason why I had that reaction is because I looked over to certain people and I said to them, what do you think? And they went, yeah, you got it. So they kind of gave me that full sense of security that, yeah, you got it, no problem, it's fine. So when the decision went the other way, I said, what? I said, nah, all right, cool. I need to watch this fight back ASAP. But don't take away his shine. So when he won, I said, boy, I lost, innit? Let's run it back. That's the first thing I said. I didn't say, oh, I thought I won that fight or whatnot. I said, yeah, you won. It is what it is. Let's run it back. I never take away a man's shine, you know? So that was my first reaction. But looking at it now, the fight was terrible. Like, nothing really happened in the fight. Like, that's my first ever fight that I woke up, I wasn't achy after the fight or anything. I could have boxed again the next day because there was no real action in the fight. Like I played to his game. That was his game. His game is he doesn't do much.
Yeah.
So when I look back at it, yeah, I know I lost a couple rounds. I'm a man and I own up to it, but it wasn't the most exciting fight.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say. Like all my fights are always exciting. People love it, but when they watch that, it's like nothing really happened.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. He can take that way. He can have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. So we move on from that. And now, looking at it now, I'm actually in a better position than him because of my last fight and what I done. So I don't care. There was a point of even towards like the end of last year to this year, there's a point he's calling me out like he's the one that won, he's the one that lost the fight. But I'm the one that lost. So why are you calling me out? Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It happens.
It happens. In your fight against Esserman, there was a lot on the line.
Mm-hmm.
What did that loss mean to you?
No, that loss. So the two losses were different because, and why I say that is because with Esserman, I genuinely thought I won it, and my coaches are the same as the reason why I'm with my coaches now is because they have the same sort of, they tell me what it is. Same with my amateur coach, Sam. He always told me what it was. I think you got robbed. Nah, you lost that fight. Nah, you know what? You won that. That was it. You won every round. So after the 12th round of Esserman, I went back to the corner. I said, we got this. They said, yeah, you got this. No problem. You got this. Trust me. And when the decision went the other way, I was like, what? And even people, and this is the two differences. So with the McKinson fight, I only had 3 missed calls. I remember when I beat Luther Clay, I had about 50 missed calls on my phone. People was calling me to find out what's going on, what am I doing, what we doing after and whatnot. I had like 40 missed calls. Yeah, I had people calling me on Instagram that I don't even have my number no more. They was calling me on Instagram. When I lost with McKinson, I had 3 missed calls. I had my mum, my older brother Elvis, and my brother Caesar. Yeah, they're the only 3 missed calls I had, and I had 1 voice note. When I lost against Esserman, I had so many missed calls, and I didn't understand it. So I thought, why are people calling me? I just got beat. I don't want to talk to anyone. So I started calling back. People like, bro, I watched it round by round. You won more rounds. You won it by 2 rounds, or you won it by 1 round. So the loss against Esserman was confusing because I had lost, but people were calling me like I had won. So I didn't understand it. And when I watched the fight round by round, I personally think I had it by a round. And one thing about boxing is you should never judge boxing of, okay, you won the first couple rounds and then he took the last couple rounds. It's round by round, right? There's 12 rounds. So you have to mark it by each round. I don't know why people see it as I coasted the first couple rounds and then the mid to late rounds, he started coming back. I don't see it like that.
Yeah.
And my coaches don't see it like that. They saw it as, okay, we had you by 1 round. We had you by 2 rounds. So it was a bit confusing, that loss. And even now, I still think, I don't know, it was a weird one, but it was meant to happen for a reason. And now I'm in a better position than him. So it is what it is.
So, the fight with Marku, I saw the video circulating online. Did you ever think that when you're about to like interact with him, that an altercation could break out?
No, never.
Not at all.
I had Crocs on. I didn't care. I was at the press conference. This is where I see him. I was at the press conference. I was so locked in on Ben Shalom. I said, yeah, I need to ask him what's going on. You know, obviously my contract, we need to talk about the contract. We need to talk about the fight. So I went there to find him. I said, yeah, I'm going to catch him. Today I'm going to catch him. Yeah, he's there. And then I turned my head for 1 second and he was gone. I didn't know where he went. So I'm out around here looking for him. And me and Marky, we've had so much back and forths online. He said, oh, you're going to get knocked out by Essuman. He's too strong for you. You're going to get beat by this guy, that guy, whatnot. I've always just left him, and I've always said, me and you want to fight one day. Watch, when I fight, I'm going to kick your ass.
Even in the build-up to the fight, you were so calm, cool, and collected. What made you so sure that you was going to beat him?
Because I knew my skill set. I said it. When we had the face-off and he was telling me this and that, I said, it's all about skills. In this game, it's all about skills. And I always believe in boxing, you need one thing, whether it's power, whether it's your power, whether it's your technique, skill, whether it's your stamina, the longer you're able to go for, if you can go for a high pace, then I always believe in boxing, you need one thing. And for me, that fight, all I needed was my skill to win. And I knew I had it.
So in your post-fight interview, you said you took an L last year and it stopped you from working. So what kept you motivated?
Just knowing that there's a bigger picture. That everything that comes off an L, if you're able to keep going, you'll bounce back regardless. So that's what kept me motivated, knowing that there's a bigger picture coming. I don't know when it's coming. I've just got to trust it. And with boxing, it's like, it's a long-term thing. And I've got people in the gym like Lee Wood and all these guys that didn't really get their big break. They've been boxing for over 10 years. And I've been in the game 8 years. So why can't I wait another year or two? Do you know what I mean? I can do that. I've been in it. I'm already here anyway. I may as well. So that was my whole aim. That was my whole goal since I started, was to just keep going until your time's up, really.
So in that fight, was it about beating him, winning, or was it strictly business?
Strictly business, but it was about beating him because obviously on Instagram, I was getting some crazy messages. I've posted them up before, and I've said this is what your supporters are saying, and he didn't reply back to me. So that showed me he's with them, you know, from what they were saying, all certain comments. People already seen it anyway online, the comments that I was getting. And I wasn't getting like just one or two, I was getting hundreds. You know, so he's got a big following. He's
What
not.
type of comments were they?
Obviously, we all know racist comments. We all know that. I had people threatening my life, saying they're coming to kill me. I knew that these guys, that they're nothing. Yeah, because if they was coming to kill me, they'll come and do it anyway. You know what I mean? I ain't scared of them. So that wasn't the point. The point was these guys are sending me comments, and I'm showing you about the comments, and you're not saying nothing. So that means you're siding with them. So that fight, that was my motivation to get him down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That was my sole motivation to get him down.
And what did that win mean to you? See that it meant a lot to you even afterwards, quite emotional as well. So what was that to you?
Yeah, of course. I was emotional because of just the fact that how everything come about, just the fact that I had a year out and I weren't fighting, you know. And just the fact that it was my biggest fight. First time being co-main event. It was supposed to be a main event on a certain card, but obviously it was better that it was a co-main event because the views on the platform were very high. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, it was just a big fight, innit? Yeah. You know, it's been built up for a long time, since 2020, when they tried to, you know, call out certain fighters and say, Florian Marco ain't got an opponent, he's ready. And I said I was ready. And from then, it just built up from there. And just every year, it's just been happening. So
all the way from the amateurs and up until now, what's something that you have learned that's changed your outlook on the sport?
It's strictly business. Strictly business. Don't take it personal. never take it personal, sorry. And this is just a business. This is not a sport. People say it's a sport. It's not. It's business at the end of the day, because before we fight, we have to sign paperwork to say, yeah, boom, this is what we agree on, you know? So it's a business. Amateurs, I never used to sign no paperwork. You go there, fight, that's it. You know, you get your glory, you're happy, you know? You're doing what you love and you enjoy it. I still enjoy it now, but I just know the main thing is business first, regardless of anything else.
So what's next? Are you planning on getting in the ring again
Yeah,
soon?
100%. I'm trying to get in the ring ASAP, if I'm honest, because I'm ready now. I've been ready for a while anyway. I just want to keep the momentum going, you know, just keep going, keep pushing, keep working, and yeah, just build from my last fight and show people what I've been working on, as I always do. I've improved every fight since, you know, I've gotten better and better. So I, that's what makes me stay in the gym, because we're always working on new things, always working on how we can improve certain things. So that's what keeps me level-headed and keeps me working.
From a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 being the best, where would you place yourself, and what would you think you need to do to close that gap if there is one?
Well, where I place myself?
Yeah.
I've got to say 10. If I don't say 10, who's gonna say 10 for me? You gonna say it for me? You know what I mean? I gotta believe it in myself. Floyd said it himself. He said, as a fighter, we're all deluded. We don't believe that we can be beat until we get beat. And then even when we get beat, we still believe that this guy can't do it again, you know? And if you're a fighter and you say that you're a 5 or a 6, then there's no point being in the sport. This is a competitive sport. This sport here, you have to fully believe in yourself, you know, and that's what I do.
That's fair.
You
You've got
know,
to bank on yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
All day long, I'll bank on myself, and you just gotta believe, man. You just gotta believe. That's it, really.
So to close this interview, I'm going to ask you, who would you like to fight next? Who would you want to spar with? And who would you want a rematch with? You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. So
who would you like to spar with?
who would I like to spar with? Definitely, I would love to spar Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
100%. So I can see. So my main thing about sparring Terence would be take what he's doing, even though we see it, but I want to be in there and know, all right, cool. When I done this, what did he do? What did I do? Because that's what boxing is about. But people don't look at it at certain views that I would look at it, or that my coaches would look at it. My coaches look at boxing from a rare view, so they don't just watch boxing; they study it and they do film studies on it. So Terence Crawford will definitely be someone that I would love to spar for sure. And Floyd, 100% Floyd, because I've seen Floyd spar live in the flesh, and I realized, okay, the way he sets traps, and because he's so quick, I would love to be in there with him and see what he does. Yeah.
Who would you like your rematch with?
It will definitely be Echo, for sure. It'll definitely be Essuman, because I know that fight for a fact in a rematch I beat him. You know, even with McKinson in a rematch I beat him. But McKinson, the market value for that fight ain't there because of him. It's not because of me. You know, he went to America, and he wasn't a big favorite there, but they was booing him. He's not the most exciting fighter. And I believe Echo's fight was an exciting fight. It was the fight of the night from Boxer anyway. And it's a fight, because we both know each other so well, it's a fight that will always gel, we'll always have good fights. Even if we fought 10 times, and I know I'll win 9 times of it, yeah, I just know every fight will be exciting.
And who would you like to fight next?
Who would I like to fight next? I already called out the European champion, Jordy Wise. We're currently in negotiations at the moment. Hopefully we can get that fight on. Hopefully he says yes, because he's previously declined twice, and he's previously asked for me to go out to fight him in France, but yeah, the numbers ain't making sense, and the numbers only make sense here. So come over here and let's make the fight happen.
That's fair.
So that's it.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak.
No problem.
And I wish you all the best. I look forward to seeing you in the ring again.
Thank you. I'll be back out very soon, so it's all good.